Okay. 5.8 hyperbolic functions. Now, the two main hyperbolic functions are cosine of h, cosine h of x, and sine h of x. Now, when you graph these functions, for cosine, we're going to put it right here. Let's say sine is right there. Well, cosine of h will look like something like this, and sine of h will look something like this. Now, if you notice, if you graph for sine, if you graph e to the x, or for cosine, you graph e to the x and e to the negative x, you'll get this, right? And essentially, cosine is always in between these two functions. So it equals e to the x plus e to the negative x over 2, while sine is similar, but it equals this, like e, it still has e to the x, but has e to the negative, or negative e to the negative x. So it looks like this, minus e to the negative x. So this is e to the x, and this is e to the negative x over 2. So these are the two main functions. Now, if we were to find, for example, tangent h, it would be the functions over each other, so the 2's would cancel out. We'd get e to the x minus e to the negative x, and then we'd flip that around, or we get that, pull that down there, e to the x plus e to the negative x. So it's all essentially equals sine of h x over cosine h of x. Secant h and cosecant h, also cotangent of h. These are all going to work similarly. So secant is going to be 1 over cos, 1 over sine of h, and cosine h over sine of h. Those are the main identities. Now, these functions also have identities such as, like our original trig functions. One of these identities is cosine h squared of x minus sine h squared x equals 1. Now, these can be proven with their hyperbolic definitions. So, e to the x plus e to the negative x over 2 squared minus e to the x minus e to the negative x squared over 2. This is going to be equal to e to the 2x plus 2 plus e to the negative 2x over 4 minus e to the 2x minus 2 plus e to the negative 2x over 4. Now, e to these 2's will cancel out, and these 2's, this 2 will become positive. All these e's, e to the 2x minus e to the 2x, cancels out. E to the negative 2x minus e to the negative 2x will cancel out. These 2's, since this is a positive 2, this will become positive because of that negative sign. We get 4 over 4. This still equals 1. 1. So we have now proved that this identity. Now they have a few other identities, such as sine of h of 2x equals 2 sine h of x, cosine h of x. Cosine h of 2x equals cosine h squared of x. It also has some more of identities that look like this. Tan h squared of x plus secant h squared of x equals 1, and cotangent h squared of x minus cosecant h squared of x equals 1. And there are a few other identities, but they generally have identities similar to the other trig functions.